Hey guys, my name is Nikki and I want to welcome you here to Carry Grace. Alright, so we are on day number 27 and I'm sharing my journey with you as I go through the Flylady's 31 baby steps. Alright, so today we are going to add a new baby step. Today's baby step is going to be meal planning. I have a feeling there's going to be some mixed emotions about meal planning, and that is totally okay. We are going to keep this very simple. Now, I will tell you that eventually, somewhere down the line, I will eventually do some videos with a lot of in-depth meal planning to give you some tips and ideas and some strategies and things like that, because it is something that I do. It's something I've been doing for over 20 years. It saves me time. It saves me money. So it is something that I like doing, but not everybody is there, and that is okay. All right, so we're not going to start out planning for a month. We're not going to start out looking up new recipes and trying to suddenly become a gourmet cook because we're going to plan our meals. We're going to keep this simple. We're going to start thinking about what are we going to have for dinner tomorrow, the day before, okay? So remember, a couple of days I asked you to write down the meals that you had for dinner. Just write them down in your control journal so that you had a list started. Now, hopefully these meals are things that you are used to already making. They're things that hopefully your family likes. And the reason I had you do that is so that you would kind of already have a list going so that this would be super easy. All right, so today I want you to think about what are we going to have for dinner, and I want you to write it down in your calendar. Whether you have a wall calendar or a planner or whatever it is that you use as a calendar, write down what you want to prepare for dinner tomorrow night, okay? What that's going to do is it's going to make it so that you're not having to think of what's for dinner all of a sudden when it's time for dinner, and then you're not going to have all the things you need and blah, blah, blah. You know how it goes. You don't have what you need, you end up having to run to the store, or you end up just ordering takeout, and then it's just a cycle that keeps going. So the reason we're going to meal plan is to make our lives easier. It's just going to be a small step of organization that is going to save us a lot of time and a lot of frustration. So to begin with, like I said, let's just think about tomorrow. Now, once you nail kind of planning for tomorrow, maybe you can start planning for 3 days or 5 days at a time. But the key to this is to just start small and be consistent. I definitely recommend looking at your calendar. That way you know what's coming up. Say tomorrow night you notice that you have to go to a football game, or your husband has a meeting or whatever. Based on those circumstances, that will help you know what kind of meal you should prepare. Does it need to be something that's super easy? Or maybe it's a night where the whole family is going to be home and you can prepare like a family favorite meal. So use your calendar. Don't sit down and make 5 meals of things that you're not used to making, things that are going to stress you out and make things hard. We're just going to start thinking about this in advance to make our life easier. Now, if you don't know where to start, maybe ask your kids, hey kids, what do y'all want for dinner this week? Ask your spouse, hey, honey, what do you want for dinner tomorrow night? Start making a list. Make a list and then just plug them in. And then when you go to the store, you're going to know what you're having for dinner the next night or two so that you can make sure that you have everything. And then you're not stressed at dinner time when everybody's looking at you going, what are we going to have for dinner? Because you prepared. Another thing that you can do to keep this really simple, maybe you have a list of 3 meals, 5 meals, 7 meals, but you don't know what day you want to have them on. You can put them on sticky notes and you can put them on your calendar, then you can move them around. Or you can just have like a running list of meals that you have all of the ingredients for, and then when it's time to figure out what you're going to have for dinner, you can just look at your list and then pick one, and then each night going forward, you've already got a list, and then you just kind of keep going through them until you have used all of those meals. So don't feel like meal planning is going to kind of corner you as far as you have to have this on this night. There's a lot of ways to kind of make this work for you. Now, it's going to be up to you where you add this in your control journal. I don't know if you're going to want to add this to your morning routine. Maybe you want to just think about it in the morning so that you know what's going to be for dinner and you can make sure you have everything on hand. Or maybe you need to write it in your evening routine so that before you go to bed, you can check what you're having for dinner tomorrow. That way, if you need to pull something out of the freezer, you can go ahead and do that. and start getting things ready and prepared. So we're not going to make this hard. We're not going to make it complicated. We're just going to start thinking about the next day or the next couple of days, and we're not going to try to make elaborate meals if that's not what we already do. We're going to keep this simple, and the more you practice it, the easier it's going to get, and the longer you'll be able to meal plan for and shop for. But it's going to be a process. We're going to do this like everything else, and we're going to do it in little tiny chunks, little tiny baby steps, so that we don't get overwhelmed. All right, guys, thanks so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed today's video. If you are new to my channel and not already subscribed, please consider subscribing, and I will see you guys tomorrow.